Okay, guys, now, although I know that the last week or two have been kind of a struggle, and if it wasn't for you, you might have looked around and saw some chaos out there, but for us, this is a huge sign, because this period of time, on the 21st, the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies are back on this planet. And they have not been on this planet in their most true form for a very long time. So this is huge good news for us. What that means is I/you, we have moved through timelines very, very quickly. Now, don't be surprised if you know, people aren't here that were here before. That's entirely possible, especially when we move that fast. They'll either catch back up to us or they won't. And that's fine. Remember, all paths are equally good, equally valid, equally loved by us, the source, all that is. Okay? But for our particular case, and as I keep saying over and over again, these videos are for very specific people. This isn't for everybody at all. This really isn't. That's the reason why when somebody stumbles across one and they react so negatively to it, it's because they can only hear those certain things. Like the vegan and the vegetarians, all they heard was I was attacking them, which is not the case. I was simply trying to let them know no fear, no worry is allowed in 5D. So whether you're eating meat or whether you're eating plants, both of them have got to go before you get there, because there cannot be any fear or worry there. And if you're going to sneak up and eat them, whether they're meat or vegetable, then there's going to be fear. They're going to fear you. And we can't have that, because you want to play with them, right? Well, they can't be worried about you eating them and killing them, and be able to play with them, interact with them, communicate with them. And that's what the video was for. It was not to side with one side or the other. Rather, I was siding against both. Because we really, I want you all to go to 5D with me, no fear. Okay? So, when we make these really fast changes from they will tend to mess up your life. Your life will have bizarre stuff happen to it. Physically, what happens majority of the time, and this is majority, not all the time, but the majority of the time, men's lives will fall apart. Women's bodies will fall apart. Okay? But keep breathing, keep following happier and happier, and you will end up on the other side in such a better place. And we're going to keep doing this and doing this and doing this until we are completely in 5D. That's how it works. Okay? So, yeah, I got sidetracked and don't remember why I was going to do this video. Okay, so let's talk about stepping into 5D. Now, most of you, everybody's in 4D, but you're in the lower vibrations of 4D, and 4D is huge. It is huge, 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 huge before you get into 5D. Now, there's a couple of people, just a couple, that have reported to me experiences that they've had, and I assure you, their experiences are 100% them stepping into the lower vibrations of 5D. And I would really like for you guys to put up those experiences, write them underneath any of the videos, because you can write it all out and then copy and paste and put it below anything that has to do with going from 4D to 5D, so that people know what to look for. And since I have been in 5D and beyond, sometimes it's hard for me to remember what those first experiences were like. You can write that better than I can. Okay? So we'll go over those things that you're going to experience first. We'll do that again. But I also want to let you guys know that when I died, I went to 5D, but I went far, far beyond that. So I did not die to go to 5D. I went outside of this creation altogether, and way beyond that. And I went into some other creations, a bunch of them, and went way beyond that. So I did not go to 5D. I just simply know that in human form, in this body, that in order to be able to go wherever I want to go, then I need to get this physical body into 5D and way into 5D. You know, that's going to take some time. It's not, well, it doesn't take any time because time's an illusion. But, yeah, that process, the higher we get, so to speak, even though it's not really higher, the higher that we all get, the faster it will move. Or it will appear or feel like it's moving faster. And that's the reason why we want to do it. In the lower vibrations of 3D, I tell people, and somebody else said very similar, the same thing. Not only am I put in this physical body, which I love dearly, but it is very, very restricted. It's very claustrophobic. And I've been claustrophobic my whole life and didn't know why. And now I know why. It's because to come into this physical body from the form that I hang out in most of the time makes this very claustrophobic. So not only did I go into a physical body that was very claustrophobic, but everything in 3D, especially the lowest vibes of 3D, feels like I am walking and talking, trying to go through wet tar. It takes an incredible amount of effort to do very little. Talking in physical form is extremely slow. Not only that, but it's very easy to misconstrue, because whoever I'm talking to is going to be listening to me through goggles, like the vegan vegetarian issue that happened, where everybody was looking at my video through this very defensiveness of the vegan and vegetarian issue. So when I'm talking to people, and on the vegan and vegetarian issue, I knew that I would get some blowback for that, just like I knew I'd get blowback with the Jehovah and Satan thing. But the people who are starseeds, who are going home, the people who I am talking to, will be able to take off those goggles if they have them on, or the knowledge and the hearing of what I was trying to say will get through even though you have goggles on. And that's who I'm talking to. I gave up a long time ago trying to make everybody happy, because it is absolutely impossible to do. So in this particular case, in our case, there are a lot of people playing a lot of different games, and like I told you, they will become very defensive if they hear something that might cause that amnesia to slip, when they are trying very hard to keep the amnesia in place so that they can play out the games that they want to play. So I'm not trying to fight them. A lot of times I'll talk to them in the comments for a while just to see if I can find them vibrationally and kind of read their timelines on either side to see if they want to, if their ultimate goal, their ultimate game is to go back to 5D as a returning starseed and go home, or if they're a starseed or a human or a quad entity that wants to stay in the fourth dimension. And that sometimes can take a while on some of these people, but that's what I'm doing with them. Once I find out, even if I don't find out where it's definitely going on and on and on, and they just want to continue to argue and argue and argue, then I'll usually flag them and get them off, because the energy is starting to drag down the site. I don't have any problem at all with flagging somebody and getting their energy away. I'm just very confused, and always have been, why those people keep watching my videos. But, you know, it's that antagonism. No, you know, they're not going to win with me. I died. I know what I saw. There is no book or anyone that's talking or any scientific data that's going to change me from what I experienced. That was 2008, almost a decade ago. When a human does things a decade ago, very quickly their memories start to fade and they can't remember them totally. And that's another way that I've been able to tell that this was not a dream and it was not anything biological in a human body perspective, because it has not faded at all. Down to the most minute details. I have all of it still exactly the same as when I woke up in that hospital. It's just that now I understand it a lot more. Before, it was just a whole bunch of data that I couldn't sort out. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to be moving pretty fast towards 5D. But I want you all to really go over those videos and really look at the fact that you are not going to just jump up to 5D. It's not that simple. Not if you're listening to my videos. If you're not listening to my videos, who knows what you've done. But if you're listening to my videos, because I am doing it at a slower pace, not slow as in 3D or 4D thinking, but from a 5D thinking, I've slowed it way down in order to get as many of you guys to go with me as possible, whoever wants to. And if that's 100 or 100,000 or whatever it is, then that's who I'm taking with me. And I'm willing to slow it down to a certain pace, but not any slower than. So as we go further along, you will notice that the quad entities are just as vehement about their belief systems as the 3D people were. They're just as vehement. So when you see those people go on and give me a thumbs down, or if you see them start fighting with me, give them our answer. You know their answers. You can answer for me. Give your answer, your experience, wish them well, and ask them politely to go to other videos. Now, why they don't is amazing to me, except that they're trying to keep their vibrations low and trying to keep as many people as they can. Now, if you're listening to my videos and what they say makes sense, then go with them. Perhaps that is the game that you were meant to be, and I just simply helped you get to this point. But for those who, and you know who you are, when I start talking and you go, oh yeah, on everything, more than likely you're going to 5D and beyond. Now, like I said, I went beyond 5D. And what happens is once you go to 5D, you will, and you get into it proper so that you're not even, can't even see the 4D vibrations at all, or interact with anyone from no quad entities at all. You will not be interacting with them at all. When you get to that point and you've learned how to manipulate time, instant manifestation, how to change your physical body and change it into whatever you'd like, then you have the option of staying or going. You can stay on Gaia and just live, like I said, 1,000 years or who knows what all. And you can interact on Gaia with her at her most pristine physical self and all the beings that are here, and there are a lot of them, and you will have a lot of fun. You can do that. Or you can go outside of time and space, go outside, well, then you can go outside of time and space and you can look around, hang out, and interact with above 5D, outside time and space in this creation. And that will be fun for you. A lot of that is looking around and seeing how the Creator got it down to Earth, lower vibration 3D. What was the way that happened? How did the Creator start it? How did other entities that came in help him get it to this gigantic creation that it's become? And that will be interesting. How it started out with the dualistic nature, you know, light versus dark, what they would say is good, bad, the two sides, how it broke down, how it fractaled down into all of its many levels, and what that looks like in the creation outside of what you know as Earth, the solar system, the multiverse, because there's a lot more to it than that. So you can do that. Or you can choose to go outside this creation, go back into the creations or the areas that you prefer to hang out with, or you may go to a whole different game, whole new creation. But you'll have the option of doing any of those things. You'll have the freedom to do any of those things. Once you're outside time and space, then you will, and you can in 5D, merge with Source. Everybody makes that a big deal, like it's a big deal, but it's not. You can merge with Source right this second if you wanted to, just as a temporary thing. And, wow, have you guys noticed all of the little orbs, the little tiny orbs that fly around in these videos? Pretty cool. A lot of them are fairies, but there are a lot of beings. But anyway, hi to everybody. Anyway, what was I talking about? Got me sidetracked. Okay, anyway, you could go to completely other creations. Hey, you could start your own. Maybe while you were doing this experience, oh, I know, I was talking about merging with Source. Maybe something got your heart racing and you got an idea to start a whole new creation altogether. That may be what you do. Anyway, you can do anything. Now back to merging with Source. You can go into a meditative state. You can call to go outside of time-space. You can say you want to merge with Source. And all that means is that you kind of drop your own persona, open yourself up to all that is, and become aware and have access to everything and everyone at once. Now, there have been people and beings that have made that an ooh-ah moment. Ooh-ah. It's not an ooh-ah moment. It is normal. We do it all the time on the other side. You do it now. You just don't know you're doing it. That is what connects you to... there is that tiny dot that connects you with Source, that keeps you connected to the all that is, which you cannot break. Everybody has that. And all you got to do is quiet your mind, remove that ego and that desire to be something that is you, and that's just fear. And I get those questions a lot. Can I still be me? Am I still me? Well, don't y'all know that question is based on fear? Oh no, if I'm not me, what am I? Who am I? Okay? There's nothing to be afraid of. You can merge with Source, and you're not going to lose you. The part that is you, the place that is you, you can go back to any time you want to. Or you can merge into somebody else. It's just like really relaxed, really cool, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay? Nothing to be afraid of. And so, some of the stuff that the people who have stepped into the lower vibes of 5D, as 4D goes to 5D, are deep breath of just fresh air. It just smells cleaner. You don't know how to explain it. You just know it. You can just feel the difference. You can feel the difference of the air on your skin, that it just feels cleaner. And clean is a really good word for it. No matter what kind of vision you have, everything just looks brighter, sparklier. You can't explain that either, because like I said, 5D is going to go into things that you are not, you're not prepared for. They're completely outside of what you've gotten used to in 3 and 4D. But it'll look like there's just more colors than you remember before. Animals, if you're out in nature, animals will not run from you like they would. You'll actually see them. It's not like if you go out in the woods, there's no animals, no birds. They're all around you. It's just that they're being invisible because they're scared of you. Well, they're not really scared. They know that you're going to be scared and you're dangerous. So they'll vibrate at a different vibration, so you can't see them with your human eyes. Or they'll just stay hidden in all the wild and crazy places that they can hide in a forest. But if you are in those lower vibrations of 5D, you'll see them. And the higher you go, the more that if you sit still, they will come to you. Okay? And those are the kind of things that you're going to look for. I won't say never, but I would say almost never. Are you going to be able to go into those lower vibrations of 5D while being in a city or being around a group of people? Can it be done? Yeah. Do I see it being done right now? Nowhere right now. It's almost a nature requirement. And it's almost a nature, nobody else around you requirement for you to be able to do that. The more you do that, the easier it will be for you to get to the higher vibrations. So those of you who have done it, keep doing it. The more you do it, the easier, more comfortable you'll be, and the higher you can get whenever you get to those vibrations. So instead of being just this, you'll be in the lower 5 vibrations, but you can go a little bit higher and look around. Keep your eye out, like I've told you before. Keep your eye out for, and send love and peace to any and all animals. That includes bugs, ants, snakes. Anybody that's afraid of snakes, please go get around them. Any animal that you're afraid of, see what you can do to get rid of that. Remember, no fear in 5D. That means no phobias, no fears of heights, no fear of the government watching you. You can't have that either. No fear of that. No fear at all, guys. So work on those issues that you know that you have of fear. Fear of men, women, men, fear of women, fear of babies, fear of whatever it is, fear of the dark, doesn't matter. They all have to be gone. You have to be so comfortable and so know that you are a creator God, and that there's no reason to be afraid of anything, that this is what you've got to do. You've got to get rid of all those fears. Okay, so this is at 20 minutes. It's probably going to cut me off, so I think we'll cut it off there. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this, but yeah, reaching out to you. I love you guys so much. Huge hugs all the way around, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.